He carefully scraped off the date on the check and secretly changed the numbers to today's date. Then, he filled the bathtub with airplane models, waiting for them to soften before using tweezers to peel off the labels from the tails and affix them to the meticulously forged check. Later, Frank went to the bank and, with clever words and his fabricated identity as a pilot, successfully scammed his first sum of money. That year, Frank was only 16 years old. Thus, Frank continued using this method, forging countless checks and swindling $4 million. He also pretended to be a doctor and became an attending physician in the hospital. He also posed as a lawyer, rising to become the chief assistant to the state prosecutor. Yet, despite being a top-tier con artist, Frank was bullied by the school bully on his first day after transferring. When Frank walked into the classroom, the bully mocked him for dressing like a substitute teacher. Hearing this, Frank immediately hatched a bold plan. He picked up a piece of chalk and wrote his name on the blackboard. Then, he loudly ordered the students back to their seats, and his commanding presence left them intimidated. Seizing the moment, Frank dragged the bully to the front of the class and punished him by making him read aloud, embarrassing him with his poor pronunciation. Not only that, when the real substitute teacher arrived, Frank calmly tricked her into leaving and turned to scold the bully loudly. By the time he was caught, Frank had already been teaching French for 2 weeks and even planned to arrange an internship for the students at a bakery. His mother was exasperated, but his father, Jack, not only didn't reprimand Frank but admired him because Frank's genius-level deception was learned from Jack. Jack was a successful entrepreneur who moved in high society and was widely respected. Frank had always looked up to Jack as his role model. The loving relationship between his parents and their affluent lifestyle made Frank cherish family harmony deeply. However, a sudden turn of events changed everything. Jack fell into debt overnight, forcing them to move into a cramped apartment. Frank could accept all of this until his mother had an affair, and his parents signed divorce papers. Devastated by his family's collapse, Frank ran to the train station and used his remaining money to buy a ticket to New York, leaving everything behind. But without money, he was often kicked out of hotels, and driven by desperation, he conceived the idea of scamming for survival.